1 minute he's lighting the lamp, looking like Ottawa's next big thing. The next, he's banned for half a season, caught in the crossfire of the NHL's complicated relationship with betting. This is the raw story of Shane Pinto, the rising star who got caught, and his journey back from disgrace. In the fall of 2023, Shane Pinto found himself in a place no NHL player had been before. He wasn't on the ice scoring goals for the Ottawa Senators. He was serving a massive 41-game suspension for violating the league's strict gambling policies. It was a stumbling fall for a player who, just months earlier, was seen as a clean-cut rising star, a key piece of the Senators' bright future. He became the first modern player banned for betting activities, a cautionary tale for the entire league. But Pinto's story isn't just about that fall. It's about the journey that led him there and the fight he's now waging to get back. It's a story that starts on the competitive rinks of Long Island, New York. Born in November 2000 in Franklin Square, Shane Pinto grew up in the heart of a thriving hockey community. Unlike some players whose paths are forged through extreme hardship, Pinto's early life was relatively stable. His story isn't one of overcoming poverty or violence, but of navigating the intense pressures and expectations of elite youth sports. He fell in love with hockey at a young age, quickly showing a natural talent and, more importantly, an incredible work ethic. He rose through the ranks of the competitive Long Island Goals AAA program, establishing himself as a smart, responsible center. His talent eventually led him away from home to the Selects Academy at South Kent School in Connecticut, a well-regarded prep school known for developing high-level hockey prospects. It was here that he truly began to hone his skills that would define his game. A strong two-way presence, excellent hockey sense, and a knack for being in the right place at the right time. His journey continued in the United States Hockey League, the top junior league in the U.S., a crucial proving ground for aspiring college and professional players. He spent 2 seasons developing his game, first with the Lincoln Stars and then with the Tri-City Storm. His final year in the USHL, the 2018-19 season, was his breakout. Playing for Tri-City, he exploded offensively, scoring 28 goals and 59 points in 56 games. He wasn't just a defensive specialist anymore. He was showing real scoring touch, significantly boosting his draft stock.
The Ottawa Senators are proud to select from Tri-City of the USHL, Shane Pinto.
Based on that strong performance and his projectable size and reliable two-way game, the Ottawa Senators saw a future cornerstone. They selected Shane Pinto early in the second round, 32nd overall in the 2019 NHL Draft. It was a significant investment, a sign that the rebuilding Senators viewed him as a key piece of their own future core. He was considered a safe pick, a player with a high floor, expected to become a solid, dependable middle six center for years to come. With his NHL rights secured, Pinto headed off to perhaps the most prestigious program in college hockey, the University of North Dakota. Stepping onto the ice for the Fighting Hawks, Pinto didn't just fit in. He immediately became one of the best and most complete players in the entire country. His freshman season, 2019-20, was nothing short of spectacular. He scored 16 goals and 28 points in 33 games. Impressive numbers for a first-year player. But his impact went far beyond scoring. He was dominant in the face-off circle, defensively responsible, and played a mature pro-style game. His performance earned him an almost unprecedented triple crown of awards in the NCHC Conference: Rookie of the Year, Forward of the Year, and Player of the Year. He was also named a top 10 finalist for the Hobey Baker Award, given to the best player in all of NCAA hockey. He followed that up with an equally impressive sophomore season, 2020-21, scoring 15 goals and 32 points in just 28 games. He was again named the NCHC Forward of the Year, added the NCHC Defensive Forward of the Year award to his trophy case, and was a Hobey Baker finalist for the second straight season. In just 2 years at North Dakota, Shane Pinto had established himself as arguably the best two-way center in college hockey. He was the complete package: smart, skilled, responsible, and clutch. He seemed destined for a smooth and rapid transition to NHL stardom. The clean-cut kid from Long Island had done everything right, building a pristine reputation as a player any team would want. His future looked incredibly bright. No one could have predicted the storm that was just over the horizon. His future seemed limitless, a smooth path to NHL stardom laid out before him. But the game has a way of testing even the brightest prospects, and Pinto's first major test was about to hit him hard. After 2 dominant seasons at the University of North Dakota, where he established himself as arguably the best two-way center in college hockey, Shane Pinto decided it was time to turn pro. He signed his 3-year entry-level contract with the Ottawa Senators on April 1st, 2021, and immediately joined the team for the end of their season. He didn't look out of place, scoring a goal and adding 6 assists for 7 points in just 12 games. It was a promising glimpse of the reliable, smart player the Senators hoped he would become. Heading into his first full professional season in the fall of 2021, expectations were high. Pinto was projected to be a key part of the Senators' young core, a fixture in their lineup who could contribute at both ends of the ice. But his season and his development hit a major roadblock almost immediately. Just 5 games into the 2021-22 season, Pinto suffered a significant shoulder injury. He tried to rehab it, hoping to avoid surgery and get back on the ice quickly. But after attempting a return, it was clear the injury was too severe. He underwent season-ending shoulder surgery in late November 2021. His rookie year was over before it had barely begun. It was a tough blow for a young player eager to make his mark. Missing an entire season of development is a significant setback, especially for a player transitioning from college to the speed and physicality of the NHL. It was his first taste of real adversity at the professional level, a test of his patience and his resilience. Pinto attacked his rehabilitation with the same work ethic that had defined his college career. He spent the long months off the ice getting stronger, determined to come back better than ever. When he returned for the start of the 2022-23 season, he looked ready to finally make his impact. And he did. Playing a full 82-game season, Pinto established himself as a reliable and effective NHL center. He wasn't flashy, but he was dependable. He played primarily in a third-line role, but showed versatility, contributing on both the power play and the penalty kill. His defensive responsibility and face-off prowess were immediately apparent, and he showed flashes of the scoring touch he had displayed in college, netting 20 goals on the season. Reaching the 20-goal mark was a significant achievement for a young player coming off a major injury. It was proof that he belonged in the league and that he had the potential to be a key offensive contributor for the Senators for years to come. He was praised by coaches and teammates for his maturity and his consistent effort. The clean-cut kid from Long Island was living up to the hype. His future, once again, looked incredibly bright. But as he headed into the offseason of 2023, his journey took another unexpected and difficult turn. He was a restricted free agent, meaning the Senators still held his rights, but he needed a new contract. Negotiations between Pinto's camp and the Senators' management became surprisingly difficult. Pinto, coming off his 20-goal season, felt he deserved a significant raise. The team, perhaps wary of his limited NHL track record and the previous shoulder injury, seemed hesitant to commit long-term or big money. The contract dispute dragged on through the entire summer. Training camp opened and Pinto was still unsigned, holding out at home. The regular season began in October 2023, and Pinto remained on the sidelines, his future with the team suddenly uncertain. It was a frustrating situation for both the player and the fan base, who wanted to see one of their key young players back on the ice. No one could have known that this contract dispute was just the calm before the storm. While Pinto was sitting at home waiting for a contract, a much bigger, career-altering crisis was brewing behind the scenes, a secret that was about to explode into public view and turn his world upside down. The contract dispute was just a distraction. Behind the scenes, a secret investigation was about to bring his entire world crashing down. While Shane Pinto sat at home, unsigned and waiting for a contract offer from the Ottawa Senators, the National Hockey League's security department was conducting a quiet but serious investigation. The details were kept tightly under wraps, but rumors began to circulate within the hockey world that something was amiss. The nature of the investigation wasn't clear, but it involved Pinto and potential violations of the league's strict policies. The situation reached its breaking point in late October 2023. On October 26, the NHL dropped a bombshell announcement that sent shockwaves through the entire sport. Shane Pinto was being suspended for 41 games, exactly half of the regular season, effective immediately. The reason stated was for activities relating to sports wagering. The news was stunning. Pinto became the first modern NHL player to ever be suspended for gambling-related activities. In an era where the league itself was aggressively embracing partnerships with sports betting companies, plastering gambling ads on broadcasts and even on the arena boards, one of its own promising young players had been brought down by it. The immediate reaction was confusion and speculation. Had he bet on his own games? Had he tried to fix a game? The severity of the suspension, 41 games, was significant, suggesting a serious violation. The league quickly clarified a crucial point in their official statement. Their investigation had found no evidence that Pinto wagered on NHL games. This detail was critical. Betting on one's own sport typically carries a much harsher penalty, often a lifetime ban, as seen in other professional sports leagues. So, what exactly did Pinto do? While the NHL never released the specific findings of its investigation, multiple reports indicated that the violation stemmed from Pinto's personal online betting account having a connection to a third party. It was suggested that someone else may have been using his account, or that he was involved in facilitating bets for others, activities often referred to as proxy betting. Even though he hadn't bet on NHL games himself, this indirect involvement still constituted a serious violation of the league's strict gambling policy, which aims to protect the integrity of the game from any potential influence, direct or indirect. This was Shane Pinto's public rock bottom. The clean-cut kid from Long Island, the player with the pristine reputation, was now the face of an NHL gambling scandal. His career, which had seemed so bright just months earlier, was suddenly in serious jeopardy. He was suspended for half a season, his name tarnished, and his future uncertain. In the immediate aftermath, Pinto handled the situation with a level of maturity that surprised many. He accepted the lengthy suspension without appeal. He released a public statement taking full responsibility for his actions. He said, "I want to apologize to the National Hockey League, the Ottawa Senators, my teammates, the fans, the city of Ottawa, and most importantly, my family. I take full responsibility for my actions and look forward to getting back on the ice with my team." There were no excuses, no attempts to shift blame. He owned his mistake. This act of immediate accountability was a crucial first step on his path back. But the road ahead was long. He would have to sit out for months, watching his teammates play, dealing with the public shame and scrutiny, and wondering if he had thrown away his entire career over a stupid mistake. He had hit rock bottom, but in his apology, there was a glimmer of the determination that had gotten him to the NHL in the first place. The journey back was just beginning. All right, quick break. If you want more unfiltered stories like this, do us a favor and smash that subscribe button. And if you want to become an official member of the Skates and Scars crew, hit that join button below. Your support fuels everything we do. He had owned up to his mistake and accepted the consequences. Now came the hard part, serving the time and fighting for a second chance, not just in hockey, but in the court of public opinion. Serving a 41-game suspension is a unique kind of purgatory for a professional athlete. Shane Pinto wasn't injured. He was healthy, ready to play, but forced to watch from the sidelines as his teammates battled without him. For a young player still trying to establish his career, missing half a season is an eternity. It's a time filled with uncertainty, with workouts away from the team, and with the constant weight of public scrutiny. He had taken responsibility, but the label of being the first modern NHL player suspended for gambling wasn't going away. During this period of exile, Pinto finally resolved his contract dispute with the Senators. On January 19, 2024, just before his suspension was set to end, he signed a modest one-year league minimum contract. It was a clear show-me deal. The pressure was now on him not just to return, but to perform immediately and prove that his mistake hadn't derailed his promising career. His return to the ice came on January 21, 2024, on the road against the Philadelphia Flyers. There was intense media attention surrounding the game. How would he look after such a long layoff? How would he handle the pressure? Pinto answered those questions emphatically. He stepped right back into the lineup and looked like he hadn't missed a beat, playing significant minutes and contributing immediately. Over the final 41 games of the 2023-24 season, Pinto didn't just blend in, he excelled. He scored 9 goals and added 18 assists for 27 points, putting him right back on the same scoring pace he had established the previous season. More importantly, he played with the same responsible two-way game that had made him such a highly regarded prospect. He was winning face-offs, playing key defensive minutes, and proving that his long layoff hadn't diminished his skill or his commitment. He was quickly regaining the trust of his coaches and teammates. That strong finish set the stage for the current season, a critical year for Pinto as he plays the next contract and continues to rewrite his narrative. And he started the 2025-26 season on an absolute tear. In the first 11 games of the season, Pinto caught fire, scoring an incredible 8 goals. This blistering start has him sitting atop of the goal-scoring lead, outpacing the likes of Nathan MacKinnon. All 8 of those goals came at even strength, and he was among the league leaders in high-danger chances, proving this wasn't just luck. He was actively getting to the right spots and finishing his opportunities. Shane Pinto's legacy is still being written. He will always be linked to that landmark suspension, the first player caught in the crossfire of the NHL's complex relationship with gambling. But his story is rapidly becoming about more than just that fall. It's about accountability. It's about resilience. It's about a young man who made a serious mistake, took full responsibility, served his time, and returned with a renewed focus and determination. His story is a powerful example that a mistake doesn't have to define you, and that a second chance, when earned through accountability and hard work, can be the start of an even greater chapter. He became the face of a league-wide issue, a cautionary tale for a new era. But his comeback is proving he's more than just a headline. Who's another player who overcame a major suspension? Sound off in the comments. If you want to see our next investigation, hit that subscribe button. And to become part of the crew, smash the join button below.